Hello, it's me James, and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorial. So in today's video, we've got quite something special really. I haven't seen any tutorials this idea at all on YouTube anywhere. A guy came to me on Discord, and he actually gave me the idea for the basic premise of this design. So yeah, we're going to be making an iron golem / XP / villager trading farm. So this is actually pretty good. You can get all the resources required to actually get to the end. So if you're just starting out and you happen to come across a spawner, this is going to be epic for you. So just before I do actually start the tutorial, I wanted to say a little bit about autism awareness. Now, the guy who actually gave me the design for this farm that you're about to see, he has 2 kids, and both of those have autism. Now, again, this subject, in my opinion, not enough people are aware of the surroundings, people that they can sometimes be playing with online. Hence why I do want to say a little bit about autism awareness. Now, it's not just about online and stuff like that. But this guy who actually gave me the design to this file, he made a brilliant point that people who are actually on the autism spectrum, they actually do love playing Minecraft because of how the game is. Now, I'm going to put some, I'm not going to talk about too much because I don't actually want to get everything wrong, just off the top of my head. But there's some great websites that will explain all of this to you. And I really do ask you from the bottom of my heart, if you've got 5 or 10 minutes, just, you know, go in the link in the description, have a look at some of those websites, and let's spread awareness. The official day for Autism Awareness Day is actually the 2nd of every year, so the 2nd of April 2020 this year is going to be Autism Awareness Day. Again, if you want to do something to get involved, there's also links giving you ideas how to get involved in the description below. So on the official autism.org UK, I literally just read a fact, and it said less than 16% of people with autism and their families feel like they're understood. Now, that is a very small percentage, in my mind anyway, to feel like they're understood, you know. I feel like that percentage could be raised a lot more. So for many autistic people, social interaction can cause huge anxiety for them. Getting involved in Autism Awareness Week can not only obviously help people get more aware, but it can also help build safe spaces where people with autism can go and enjoy themselves with their community. And to be honest with you, everyone deserves a space where they can go and feel comfortable with who they are. Okay, so like I said, if you've got a spare 5 or 10 minutes, please go into the links in the description. You know, inform yourself a little bit better than you might already think you are. I don't know, you can fundraise, you can donate, stuff like that, anything. Like I said, just even informing yourself a little bit more, it all helps towards the cause, you know. So like I said, this has really been an eye-opener for me as well, and I know I'll be supporting this in the future. So let's get on to the video. So the first thing you're going to want to do to start this multi-purpose farm is basically find yourself a spawner. Now, it could be any spawner. Again, I prefer zombies because this is actually going to give you some rotten flesh, and obviously you'll be able to use these with the trades when we get our villager trade station set up. So again, you're going to want to obviously light up that spawner so nothing else can spawn. You can then go and have a look in the chests, see if you've got any good loot, if you do have any chests in your spawner, that is. Again, I'm just going to remove them completely, and I'm going to get out a half slab, and we're going to put that straight on top, because I generally forget to do this. So what this is going to do is allow us to prevent mobs from spawning on top. Now, it's got to be a half slab. I've tried other items, but it just doesn't work. Half slab will do fine. Okay, so once you've done that, what you're going to want to do is actually start digging out this area. We're going to want to make a 9x9 area around the spawner. Now, because I've got a spawner reasonably close to the surface, I'm actually going to remove everything above it as well. But if you haven't got a spawner near the surface, you can just remove, say, 9 or 10 blocks above the spawner, because obviously we're going to need to make our trade station or villager trade station on top of the spawner. So, once you've done all the digging, you should have something a little bit like this. 6 from the bottom, so technically the floor is the 7th. 2 above the spawner, so on top of that second block, we're going to place another one, and that is where our floor is going to be. Again, just double check that there's 4 from each direction of the spawner in every direction. And when you've checked that and you're absolutely sure you've got all the dimensions of the digging correct, you can then go and fill in the top, what I'm doing now. Okay, so we actually need to go back in the spawning room because we're going to work on the spout for our kill chamber. So basically, this is where everything's going to go down. We're going to get cats, we're going to get iron golems, and obviously the mob that our spawner produces. So what you're going to want to do is dig a hole exactly like this, so one in the middle for the spawner, and then all the way around that one again, and you're going to want to go down 10. So once you've gone down 10, like I have, you're going to want to light up the room, and then go across 6 in the direction you want to access your kill chamber, okay? This is very important, because you don't actually want to go up through the spawner or anything like that. 6 is more than enough to go across, and you can actually dig up then, and then what we're going to do is just place some ladders so we can easily get from the surface to our kill chamber, or should I say our villager trading station to our kill chamber. It's going to be super easy to get the zombie flesh and stuff like that. Again, like I say, you can do any kind of way to get up and down. I'm just going to use ladders because it's quick and easy. Let me just remove the final few blocks, and like I said, we go all the way to the top. Now we're back at the top. Because I've got an open one, I'm just going to close up the entire thing. Again, you can do this as well if yours is near the top and you've done the same as me. Now I've done that, I'm just going to light up the room below so no mobs spawn in it, because obviously we're going to get some villagers in it very, very soon. So once you've done that, you want to head back down to the spawning room, and once you're in there, you're going to want to go to the opposite side of where you actually enter your kill chamber, and it doesn't really matter what side, I don't believe, but I like to go on the opposite side. And do exactly what I've done. Just remove these few blocks. Now this is going to be like a little house for one of the villagers, and we're going to deter what villager is going to go there very soon. But right now what we can do is actually grab our signs. It doesn't matter what signs, any sign. I'm just going to use some spruce sign because I like spruce. So we're just going to place the signs in this exact position. Again, you're going to want to make sure you get this part right, because you don't want any accidents with your water, like it ruining your lava or anything. That would be super, super long. So yeah, make sure you've got a sign on top here as well. That's just going to prevent any water from actually being able to go in that middle spot, and that's where all the mobs will drop down. So that's super cool. Now we can drop down into our kill chamber and actually pad this little area out. You might need to remove these blocks, although I'm actually unsure. Then what we can do is grab ourselves some chests and also hoppers. Again, a full list of the items you're going to need is in the description. So, again, you're going to want to place your chest just here. In fact, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dig this into the floor, you know, to keep it nice and looking neat. So, technically, you do have to go down 11 blocks, but that is not a problem. You can just do this on top of the 10th block if you really want. So, yeah, I'm just going to remove these so I can get the hoppers in the back of the chest. Again, there we go. Let's put a hopper there, hopper there, hopper there, and we're just going to run hoppers in the back of those hoppers. That way, all the items that obviously drop into these are going to go straight into our chest, and we're going to get all of the loot, so it's going to be super, super awesome. Then what we can do is get our half slabs again, and we can go and cover those hoppers completely. So let's just grab some smooth stone slabs. They're my favourite, and let's just cover this up completely. Again, I like adding the stone slabs. It's a nice effect. Keeps them, the little zombies, from going actually inside the hoppers, which can actually happen. So now you've done that, as far as this bit, you can really like do whatever you want with this bit. Like, I just like to put a few trapdoors, you know, a half slab, and just make sure the little zombies and the cats can't get out everywhere. So, by all means, you can copy me. I'll just put some trapdoors on the chest like so, and then a half slab above those trapdoors. Again, this might not be the best way. If you've got a better way, by all means, add it to the farm. I mean, you can make this kill chamber whatever you want, really. You could even make it like a trident killer if you really wanted. Again, it's really up to you how you want to do that. So, of course, we need to place the lava in as well. So, we need to actually get back in that little space. You might need to remove a few blocks to get in there, or just go in through the side wall. Again, the bottom and the second block is going to count as 2, so we're going to go 3 high, so 3 blocks, and then we're going to place the signs like that. 3 on that wall. So as you can see, it's actually 3 blocks. We're counting the half slab. You can remove any torches and actually place a sign there now, and also a sign on the opposite side of the wall. Not there. Actually place it there exactly, and then one in the middle and one in the middle of that. You don't need one on top. Actually, you need to go on top of that middle sign, and that is where you're going to place your lava. So again, it's a lot easier for me in creative, but you'll be able to do this. You just need to kind of build a path round, but make sure you block that path up, because you don't want any of the cats spawning there, because that could mess up your farm a little bit. So again, we're in the top chamber now. What you're going to want to do is completely seal that up, because we're going to bring a villager down here, and we don't want him falling in to that, because that's going to completely mess up your farm, and it'll be super annoying. So like I say, cover that up so you don't have any accidents. It's always better to be safe than sorry. So now what we're going to want to do is come into this room above the spawner, okay? Grab yourself some beds. We're going to place 11 beds in these exact positions. So we're going to place 5 against this wall, leaving a gap of 2 each side, and then we're going to place 1 in the middle, and we're going to place 5 on this wall as well. Now, to get an iron golem to spawn, you need at least 10 villagers and 22 beds. So we are going to actually add some more beds, but first of all we need to add our villagers. So we're actually going to use 11 villagers for this farm. Again, you can add as many villagers as you want, but you really need to make sure you get the leader of the village down below in that little space that we've created. Okay, so like I said, let's get our villagers ready now. We're going to need to spawn 11 villagers. A little note with the villagers as well: if your villagers for some reason spawn and they've got green jackets, these guys are not going to be any good for trades. Again, baby villagers tend to be a bit annoying because you've got to wait for those to grow up. Like I said, it's super easy for me because I'm in creative right now. But again, if you've got a zombie spawner, you can actually use them, you know, get some zombie villagers out of there and actually cure those and use them for this exact farm. It might take a while, but it's definitely worth doing, like I said. So once you've actually got all your villagers in bed like so, obviously it's going to need to be nighttime. You're going to want to grab yourself a bell. Now this is how the exact way you're going to find out who the leader of the village is. Now this is a very important step. You might have to log on and off twice. So we're going to keep breaking and placing the bell until we see those little like anger particles above one of the villagers. Okay, so this guy seems to have the anger particles above him. I can't actually see any more anger particles when I break the bell, so I believe it's actually this guy just here. So what we're actually going to do, like I said, is log on and log off again, because, or should I say log off and log on again, because this can change every time. Again, I'm going to speed this process up so you don't have to watch the loading screens. But yeah, again, as you can see, I've tried it now. Let me place this again, and it's completely changed. The guy that is actually the leader is on the other side now. So this is a bit strange. Again, I'm going to keep placing and breaking the bell, just 100% sure to make sure, like I'm saying, that you've got the right villager, because you don't want to be moving these villagers after. It's going to be super annoying. So I'm pretty sure it's changed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log off again, just to triple check that this guy is definitely the villager leader. Again, we need to 100% be sure. So again, I'm going to log off, speed it up again, and we're back. So let me place it again, and it's actually gone back to this guy. So what we're going to do is actually go with this guy. Again, like I say, I can't be more over the top with this. Make sure you've got the right guy, else all your cats and your golems, you're going to end up getting them spawn in your trading station, and you don't want that. You want them going all towards your kill chamber, so it's automatic for the golems anyway. So yeah, I think we're going to use this guy here. And when you've deterred which guy is your leader of your village, you then want to break his bed, and you want to get him down into the where the spawner is. Okay, again, we've already blocked up the lava, so we can't fall in there. So best way to do this again is just break the blocks underneath him. Grab some blocks, obviously quickly block those in so the other villagers can't get in. And then this guy, you're going to want to place a bed on those 2 pieces of cobblestone that we put there earlier. Wait for him to obviously go in there, and then we're going to seal him in glass, okay? Sooner or later, when we put the water in, We're actually going to put some water underneath this bed as well, because cats can spawn underneath this bed. I've seen it happen a few times. So if we just put some water in and pushing them out towards the kill chamber, all the cats actually go in the kill chamber. So that's super nice. And if you do get this right, you shouldn't actually have any cats spawning anywhere else. So it's a nice idea to have a look around for some caves. If there's any caves near your bottom villager, maybe block them up or something like that. It's dead worth doing, because like I say, it's going to make this more efficient and make the cats spawn in the actual spawning chamber where we want them to. So I'm pretty certain that if you don't leave a bell in your village, no iron golems will spawn. So make sure you put a bell above your villager in your spawning chamber. Then you can remove the cobblestone protection from the lava, and we can actually start placing our water. As for the water placing, it's actually really simple. All we're going to do is literally place a bucket of water in each corner, like so. So that's 1, 2, 3, and finally 4. And we're also going to place a bucket of water underneath the villager. You might need to break a piece of glass for this. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to break this piece of glass to actually get it in. But not to worry, you can actually just go and replace that again there. Again, make sure it's the furthest part back where the water is. That way all the cats will come through. And again, that is literally your chamber complete, your spawn chamber complete. Now all the items, well, all the mobs should I say, will completely go down into your chamber. So now we can come back above to our villager trading station, and we can actually sort this out now. So what we're going to want to do is actually grab ourselves a sword. You want to kill any cats that are around, because they're going to be super annoying. Like I said, you shouldn't get any more cats spawn up here if you've done this right. If you've got the right villager down below, no cat should actually spawn up here. I've tested this quite a lot. But like I say, it's very important you get the right villager. So let's just move this center guy and put him next to his friends, so it's all symmetrical. Again, that won't take long. Soon as that's done that, we can get a glass and we can cover these villagers in glass. That way they're just going to stay in there and not move, and we can literally use them for trades, and it's just super efficient and easy. So let's grab our beds. These are the extra beds required for iron golems to spawn. Again, you're going to want to put 2 next to them and then 1 the opposite way. In total, I think there's 23 beds in this exact farm. Again, there'll be a list of the items in the description. So again, let's place our final beds, and then what we can also do is actually grab some solid blocks to prevent these villagers from actually coming out in the day. And this is actually what we're going to put the item which changes their trade on. So we can put these solid blocks here. I'm just going to use stone. Again, you can use anything, but these are not actually going to be that visible. So then let's grab some stone stairs, stone brick stairs, and we're just going to run a line of stone brick stairs along each side like that, keeping it super neat, super tidy. That's exactly how we like it. So then go ahead and seal the whole thing up with glass. Don't go over your solid blocks of stone though. Like I said, that's going to be where we're going to put the stuff to change the villagers like jobs and stuff like that. So finally, let's do this one. Get this annoying cat. Like I said, the cats are annoying, so it's important that you kill all the cats first. Again, let's just neaten this up, replace this with stone. Awesome. So now, like I said, we can get the things that you need to change the stuff, like a lectern or a brewing stand. They're the ones that I like to use. Again, lecterns, you can get mending books from the villagers. To be honest with you, you can pretty much get any item in the game from villagers. So this, if you found this and made this whole design early in the game, you're going to pretty much get a lot of stuff. And you're not going to really need to go anywhere. Torches, and then you're ready to fully go AFK. Again, I've gone AFK under it so you can see the golems spawning. I actually have 2 in the very short time I went AFK. One of them I've sped up. This second one here I've left on just normal speed. Again, for the size of this farm and how easy it is to build, it's pretty good. Like I say, it's not the best, most efficient for iron golems. But like I say, it's like a 3-in-1. You've got villager trading, you've got all the XP from this, the string from the cats, which obviously you can turn into wool. Again, using that for villager trading, you can get emeralds from that. And also, like I say, you've got the iron, and then obviously all the loot that comes along with the mobs that you're killing now. So it's like a win-win situation. Again, this is a brilliant multi-purpose farm. You're probably going to want to sort something out with the kill chamber. Like this is taking quite a long time just with a standard sword. But when you eventually do kill all the mobs in your kill chamber, like I say, you're going to have a bunch of XP. And also, like I say, let's just have a little look in the chest. You're going to have iron, so obviously you can see the poppies there. You're going to have a bit of iron from the zombies if it's a zombie spawner as well. And like I said, the zombie flesh, you can sell that as well for emeralds. So like, it's pretty epic, and it's only upstairs, so you've only got to take it upstairs, do a few trades, and like I say, it's a win-win for everybody. Again, I hope you do like this design. A massive thank you to Chris, who actually told me about this design. I had to do a little bit of redoing to it to make it work every single time, but I hope this helps you out in the future. Again, if you really do have some time, please go and take a look at the links in the description. It really would mean a lot to me. So that is it for today's video. I will catch you on the next one.